Hello, my YouTube scrappy friends. I am bringing you another process video today, and this is another process video with the February 2015 Scraptastic kit. I'm trying to go through some of my old kits, trying to do but bust my stash. I have lots and lots of kits, and I really just kind of pick and choose and go here and there when I am making my layouts. I don't necessarily go in chronological order with my pictures nor with my kits. I like to just use what seems right for the pictures that I have. Excuse me. So I'm using the February 2015 Scraptastic kit for this one. I believe this is the same kit that I used the last video I uploaded to YouTube. There's a lot of cool things in this kit. There's a lot of little acetate pieces, and there's also some of those mistables from Heidi Swap, which are so much fun. Again, like a little kid, I love playing with them. And so let me get back to the layout here. What I'm doing, I am taking some of my modeling paste, and this is a heavy body modeling paste from Liquitex, and I'm mixing in some Lindy's Stamped Gang spray. And I'm sorry, I forgot to show you guys the color. I can't remember the name of it too, so I apologize. If you guys are really interested though, let me know in the comments below, and I can try to figure it out from looking at my stash, comparing it to the color that I see there. But I just forgot to show you guys an up close look at that, and I apologize for that. So this little star stencil came in the Scraptastic kit. It was one of our free goodies for ordering the kits so many months in a row. She always gives us some little goodie. It used to be ink pads, and then it was stencils for a while, and I can't think of what it is right now, but it's always some kind of little awesome goodie if you order multiple kits in a row. She usually gives you something. So really like Scraptastic kits. I've been getting Scraptastic kits for, oh, has it been 2 years? Maybe 2 years now. I just really like them. Everything is really good in there. I like all the selection of papers and embellishments and things like that. And what I normally get is the main kit, but sometimes I will also get the add-on. I think the main kit's good, but I do usually have to add some of my own embellishments, and that's just my style. I like to have a decent amount of stuff on my page, so I will pull from my stash when I get just the main kit. But if I get the main kit and the add-on, I pretty much never need to go in my stash because there's so much stuff in those two kits combined that I always have leftovers that I use in my project life and things like that. So anyway, I put those stars down with the modeling paste just in two different places in the layout, and then I didn't want to waste the modeling paste, so off camera I actually took that modeling paste and added it onto a piece of vellum so I can use it on some other layout later on. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I want these, and here are some of the overlays that came in the kit, and I always want to try to use them for my photos because I think that would be cool because that's really the purpose of them, but it just never seems to work, so I usually end up always using them as a layering piece instead. So there, I'm going to put it on the right and the left hand side. You just don't see that. Now I'll cut it in half later on. Now I'm trying to place some of these acetate pieces that came in the kit. I think these might be Amy Tangerine acetate pieces. I think they're from her collection. They're pretty cool though. Something different. I always have problems using these kind of see-through elements because you can see everything through the background and things like that. But because these are kind of got a little bit of a texture and they're colored, they're not as bad as like vellum. So vellum is so light and airy that I find that one really hard when we get die cuts that are in vellum to place them and make them look good. But with them, these acetate pieces being a little bit more, not opaque, but a little bit more, I don't know, thick, I guess, if you want to say that, they seem to place okay. So now I'm just going through my mistables from Heidi Swap and trying to figure out which one I want to use. And I'm going to use that one that I put on that black tag which says remember. I'm also going to be using a tab. I'm going to be using a couple stars. And I think that's what I'm going to end up going with. That on the right hand side where the love circle is, there's also a little paper clip that's a star, which I think is adorable. I love that star. And then there is an exclusive die cut there on the right hand side that says, oh, I can't remember what it says. It's kind of hard to see because it's white on white right now. I'm going to actually color it in a little bit. And I like how all the embellishments really work with this paper. I think the paper looks like it's really blurry when you're looking at it through the camera, but it's just the way the paper looks. It's not the camera. The camera is actually in focus, but the paper is kind of cool. It's got this kind of like, I don't know, psychedelic kind of blurred look to it, so I thought that was kind of pretty. or that was pretty neat. So I'm just kind of going with that whole star motif. So now I'm going to take that mist that I used for the stars and the modeling paste earlier, and I'm just going to color in some of these Heidi Swapp mistables just using a paintbrush. So I'm just spraying that on a piece of packaging and then using a paintbrush to color these in. And I'm going to kind of fast forward this so you don't have to see this in its entirety because it's just me coloring in these little pieces. But I'm going to end up doing it with 2 stars, I think, and then the remember, and then I'm going to pull out another color and color in a few other elements with kind of a blue color. And again, I apologize, I did not pull the bottle up to the camera to see it, but it is a blue Lindy's Stamp Gang that you're going to see here in a little bit. So I'm just going to continue coloring these in. If you have not gotten these mistables, I'm not sure if they're out anymore. You might be able to still get them. I'm just not sure if they're in any newer collections, but they're just really, really fun. And I like how you can customize them with any color you want. And that's probably one of my favorite parts about them is that you can make them go with any layout because they start out white. So here I'm going to spray down that blue. Oh, I apologize. It wasn't Lindy's Stamp Gang. It's actually a Mr. Huey mist that I'm going to be using, and the Mr. Huey's, most of them are kind of a flat color. They don't have any shine to them, and this is kind of a bluish greenish color that's going to match kind of that little sprig on the left hand side of my photo cluster. It will match that, and that's what I was going for. I wanted to get some more of that color because I only have it in that 1 star paper clip and then that sprig, so I want to add it to another place in the layout. High five, that's what it says. Now I can see it. I'm just going to color that in with the same Mr. Huey's mist. And again, I absolutely love cutting my die cuts with my silhouette in white so that I can customize them. This one was a Scraptastic exclusive. It came with the kit, but I typically, when I get my silhouette out, cut everything in white if I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to use it on, and just have a bunch of them in my stash that I can choose from for my layouts and things. So now I'm just figuring out where that's going to sit, and I'm trying to kind of keep it up there with the cluster of the love in the, the star paperclip, just to kind of make it look like it's all one unit. And now I'm just taking that leftover blue mist and I'm going to add it to a couple different places in the layout. And I'm covering my picture up, sort of, to make sure that I don't get any of that splatter on the photo. But in reality, if I did get on the photo, I'm not so sure why I'm worried about it. I guess the biggest concern is I don't want it like sitting on my face or something like that. But really, if it gets on the photo, it really doesn't, hurt it too bad, and it doesn't look terrible. But I'm still going to cover my stuff up. And then I added that to the happy tab that is above the remember. So my title is going to end up saying remember this, and you're going to see in a little bit that I am going to pull some of these chipboard word stickers or letter stickers out, and I got these from the Target dollar spot one time. My Target dollar spot has decent stuff, but there's some other Targets that are closer by or a little bit further out that aren't my local Target store that usually have better stuff. But so I kind of troll the Target stores trying to find stuff from the dollar spot that work in my scrapbooking and my planning and things like that. That's where I'm cutting now that acetate overlay piece on two different pieces so I can put it on either side of the photo cluster. And now basically I'm just gluing everything down that I've already placed, just trying to figure out where I want to put it. And those overlays always have this little thin piece of plastic over them, so make sure you take that off. It will make the overlay look much more crisp and shiny. If you keep the like plastic protector on it, it kind of gives it kind of a hazy, foggy look. And it, if you want that look, that would be fine. You can keep it on, but I prefer like more of that shiny crystal look of the acetate. So I placed that tag down. I am going to add some twine to the tag because I can't leave a tag with a naked hole. I feel like I have to cover the hole with something, or at least put something in the hole. So I am going to do that here in a second. And then these sprigs or these acetate pieces, I think they also came with a protection or protective coating on it too. And I believe I had already removed it from this. I think they came with that. So I'm just going to use some of my liquid adhesive on this one because it was just a little bitty piece that I needed to put the adhesive on, and it seemed like it was the best way of getting the adhesive down on it. So I used the liquid, and I'm just peeling off those protective coating. Oh, I guess there is no protective coating on that one. Using my tiny attacher to add this on and adding some more stars, those mistable stars, with my glue. And if anybody's interested, that glue bottle is a fine line glue bottle that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I just put in my Scotch quick dry adhesive. And that's where I added my little twine. It's from, I'm not sure where I got that twine. I think I might have got it from just from a art supply store. I don't know. I don't remember if I know the brand or not, but you know, it's just a black and white twine. Nothing too exciting and fancy. So here are those. Oh no, these are not from the Dollar Spot. I apologize. I do have some other ones that look just like this that are a little bit more dark with the polka dots that came from the Dollar Spot. These are, I think, maybe Dear Lizzie thickers from American Crafts, I think. So I'm just making the title say, remember this. And then I'm going to add a couple more of these little kind of stars so that I kind of tie in that font across the page and have that texture and that color around the page. So that is pretty much going to wrap it up. I am just going to go here and add the date on. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I really enjoy putting these things together. And if you have any suggestions for other videos that I can make, I would love to hear that. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.